Boeing 767 pneumatic system is one of the top flight schedule disruption offenders. Its excessive maintenance cost is approximately 50%. Completeness and accuracy of the flight deck effect reporting is fundamental in ensuring accuracy and expediency of the system failure rectification, avoiding shotgun troubleshooting and unnecessary component replacement, with the ultimate goal to reduce operational and maintenance cost. Flight Crew Defect E-Log is an application which allows flight crews or maintenance personnel to report Boeing 767 pneumatic system flight deck effects in real time using mobile devices. The application guarantees completeness and accuracy of flight deck effect reports. It ensures that system fault indication and parameters necessary for system troubleshooting are completed and emailed to maintenance personnel for troubleshooting. The application can be accessed via predictaog.com website by clicking on Flight Crew Defect E-Log button in the top menu. Flight Crew Defect E-Log application consists of 5 following sections. Section 1. Aircraft and flight information. Section 2. Flight phase and flight level. Section 3. ICAS indication. Section 4. Bleed air control panel indication. And Section 5. Engine anti-ice. All elements of system fault indication are essential and serve as the guide to establish the most effective troubleshooting procedure. To start filling out the report, please click on Section 1 button. Fill in the following flight information: operator name, aircraft tail or registration number, defect number, flight number, destination, and correct the default date if required. In case of typos, please correct each input individually, or use the reset button to reset all inputs at the same time. For user convenience, input reset buttons are provided for every section of the application. Please proceed to Section 2 by clicking on Section 2 button. Please note, every subsequent section can only be opened if the previous section has been completed. If the previous section has not been completed, access to all subsequent sections will be restricted. An alert message will appear to notify the user of the requirement to complete the previous section. This function ensures that all sections are duly completed. Section 2. As the pneumatic system and its component functionality varies with flight phase, flight level, and bleed air demand by other aircraft systems, such as environmental control and engine anti-ice systems, please provide flight phase, flight level, and no PAX takeoff condition. Section 3. Please report all ICAS messages observed in flight. Please choose No ICAS Messages option if no ICAS messages displayed in flight. Subject to a system failure mode, system indication logic will trigger both ICAS messages and P5 panel annunciator lights on bleed air control panel. Displayed ICAS and annunciator light combinations are used by maintenance to establish the most effective troubleshooting procedure. Please report P5 panel annunciator lights in Section 4. ICAS messages and P5 panel annunciator lights on bleed air control panel can be triggered by both system fault indication logic and flight crew actions when QRH procedures are executed. It is strongly recommended to notify maintenance of the QRH procedure references, the sequence of displayed ICAS messages, and illuminated P5 annunciator lights. We'll substantiate our recommendation using the example of engine HPSOV ICAS message and P5 panel bleed annunciator light. When engine HPSOV ICAS message is displayed and P5 panel bleed light is illuminated, flight crews are required to shut off the bleed system and air conditioning pack on the affected side. This results in the 3 following ICAS messages: engine bleed off, engine HPSOV, and pack off. To avoid unnecessary troubleshooting of the engine bleed off and pack off messages, maintenance personnel should be notified of the ICA's message triggered by the system indication logic, and the ICA's messages resulted from the crew actions. To notify maintenance personnel of the described scenario, the text box in Section 5 of the application should be used. As an example, the following information can be provided by the flight crew. QRH Procedure 2.36 actioned. Bleed off and pack off messages displayed. Overhead bleed light remained on throughout the flight. Please provide engine N1 and N2 parameters. These parameters are used in conjunction with other system fault indication to narrow down failed system elements. Additional information. HPSOV ICA's message represents one of the following failure modes. Failure of HPSOV. One of the common HPSOV faults is the position switch. Failure of the HP controller or connected wiring. One of the common HP controller faults is the evacuated bellows. Failure of HPSOV wiring harness lugs. Failure of HPSOV terminal to ground wire. Incorrect installation of HP controller sense lines. Incorrect installation of HPSOV servo pressure lines. And failure of the bleed air control card, which is uncommon. The repeat rate of the HPSOV ICA's message is approximately 55% when indication reporting is incomplete. Among all pneumatic system failure modes, HPSOV ICA's messages have one of the highest operational impacts. HPSOV and HP controller have the highest removal rate and maintenance cost when compared with other pneumatic system components. Section 4. P5 bleed air control panel indication is used in conjunction with other system fault indication, such as ICA's messages. Low duct pressure and duct pressure fluctuations are quite difficult to troubleshoot. Please provide left and right duct pressure values and duct pressure fluctuation condition, if any. Please report all bleed air control panel fault annunciator lights displayed in flight. Please choose no overhead panel annunciator lights displayed option if no annunciator lights displayed in flight. Section 5. Engine anti-ice failure may result in pneumatic system failure indication, such as engine PRV and engine bleed overheat ICA's messages, caused by a failed call anti-ice valve. Please report the condition of engine anti-ice system. Section 5 of the Defect E-Log, Provisions of Free Text Reporting text box. Please use this box to provide maintenance with all of your observations, which may have not been addressed in the preceding sections. Click on the Generate Report button to generate the report. If any of the preceding sections have not been completed, an alert message will appear to notify the user of the requirement to complete missing information. Please note, the generated report will open in a separate browser tab. You can always return to the current tab to edit existing report, if any corrections are required. As noted, the generated Boeing 767 ATA-36 flight deck effect report will open in a new browser tab. Please review the report. If any corrections are required, please return to the E-Log page and click on the Edit Report button to unlock existing report for editing. Once the existing report has been edited, the Edit Report button will change to the Generate Report button. Please click on the Generate Report button. The edited report will open in a new tab. Please email the generated report to your maintenance organization for review and system troubleshooting. Please note, the generated report can be emailed as many times as required. If you'd like to complete a new report, please click on the Fill Out New Report button. Please note, if you click on the Fill Out New Report button, the report page will reset. This concludes the demonstration of the Flight Crew Defect E-Log functionality. Thank you for your time and attention.